So thanks a lot for having me. My name is Clarke. I'm the Director for Policy and External Affairs at BTG Pactual Timberland Investment Group. Very pleased to be with you today to discuss our work to develop a timberland management and wood product value chain approach to restoration and conservation. So first, some very quick background on the Timberland Investment Group, which is part of BTG Pactual, the Brazilian investment bank based in Sao Paulo. Timberland Investment Group, or TIG, is one of the world's oldest and largest timberland investment managers. We currently have about US $5.6 billion in assets under management and commitments, and we directly manage about 1.2 million hectares in the Americas in our core geographies, which are the United States, Brazil, Chile, and Uruguay. About 97% of those assets are certified to FSC, SFI, and or PEFC sustainability standards. And we also have recent innovative.
So we all know that we're in a climate crisis, which requires an all hands on deck approach to mitigate emissions, improve removals, and hopefully avoid some of the worst impacts of our warming world. So natural climate solutions are actions to protect, better manage, and restore nature to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and to store carbon. So these include nature-based removals, which form a really important pathway for climate mitigation. And as you can see on the right, so forest-based removal pathways, which include reforestation and improved forest management to reduce forest emissions and improve sequestration for most of the removals mitigation opportunity. They also have the benefit of providing quite a bit of positive impact for biodiversity. As Lyndall mentioned, we're also in a biodiversity loss crisis. So these are really important pathways for helping to solve two of our really important global crises. Natural climate solutions represent about 30% of the global mitigation potential, but they're hugely underfunded in comparison to other strategies. So here is an illustrative graph of climate mitigation finance in the decade from 2011 to 2020. So natural climate solutions are captured by AFOLU down here, which stands for agriculture, forestry, and other land use. So it's this very small green line at the bottom of the chart. So natural climate solutions in all forms represent only about 3% of climate finance. And why is that? In our view, there are a number of reasons why natural climate solutions have historically been underinvested, and you can see them here. But it's this middle piece that I'd like to pull out to discuss today, which is that many NCS opportunities focus only on carbon revenues. And those are a really important source of climate finance, but they're not always a compelling investment proposition if there's no underlying other value. So how can we make natural climate solutions viable beyond these carbon market revenues? And for us, the answer lies in connecting land-based climate and nature investments that offer climate benefits with market returns through timber revenue and long-term carbon storage in wood products. So basically, that is the wood products value chain. In our view, sustainable timberland management contributes to a number of the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Those include climate action, decent work, and life on land, though we're certainly not limited to those. When it can also provide market rate returns, this can become a lever for private finance to support reforestation activities and other NCS opportunities at very large scales. So closer to the scale that's actually needed. And Latin America is an intuitive place for these NCS opportunities, given its geography, its excellent tree growth rates, which Lyndall has mentioned earlier, and its global significance as a biodiversity reservoir and as a climate modulator. So our NCS investment approach, our strategy here combines 5 core goals, and those are to plant trees, to restore forests, to remove carbon dioxide, to benefit communities, and to generate returns. And on this slide, you can see how we plan to accomplish these objectives by acquiring degraded land, which was previously deforested prior to 2008, planting it with a mixture of commercial timberland and native forest restoration, building facilities to manufacture long-lived wood products from the commercial timberland, and investing in a sustainable wood value chain. So this creates high quality for its carbon with clear additionality along with many good jobs. We'll be aiming for commercial timberland on half of this degraded land and natural forest restoration on the other half. To our knowledge, when the strategy is fully operational, this will be one of Latin America's largest ever forest restoration projects. and Conservation International is serving as the impact advisor to this strategy. It's important to note that the commercial part of this strategy is aimed at long-lived wood products or solid timber, not pulp. So we will be managing the commercial timberland half of the strategy on longer rotations in order to accomplish that. Lyndall has already mentioned some of the benefits of these solid timber products, but they are the basis of the materials shown on the right half of this chart. And I think this clearly demonstrates why we care about it. You can see that they store carbon for a much longer time, and they can act as a pool for carbon storage, where the carbon dioxide that was sequestered by the trees as they grew remains out of the atmosphere. And that provides us with some really important time for that carbon to sit in a pool instead of in the atmosphere. And here's why that matters for us. So a wood-based value chain based on sustainable forestry grows carbon benefits over time. And so here you can see the illustrative benefits that accrue from a single representative land area under this strategy. So the restored native forest at the top grows slowly, but it sequesters a lot of carbon over time, and it also has really high biodiversity values. And as we move down the slide, you can see that the planted timberland, the commercial reforestation, is growing quickly and sequestering carbon quickly on a growth and harvest cycle that you can see represented in this sawtooth figure. When you add the storage benefit from those long-lived wood products that wood is going into, that's a cumulative benefit, and you can see that here. And then when you finally consider the substitution effect, where this low carbon renewable product is replacing higher intensity materials, then you get a much greater carbon benefit over time. And so you have a real lever for natural climate solutions and restoration through the use of these sustainable wood-based value chains. And so that is, in our view, how they can provide both the climate benefit and the private finance needed to operationalize reforestation at large scales in Latin America. So thank you very much.